Let's go on chapter 2, this session 1, example. So tell you some English. Add A to the product of A and B. That means it's product A and B first, and then you add the A. That means AB times A plus A. Subtract N from the square of N, and then divide the difference. Divide the difference by 7. Difference, that means the result of subtract n from the square of m. That means m squared minus 7, and then you divide it by 7. M squared minus n divided by 7. It means this one. Okay. There are some supplementary examples. Subtract the product of P and Q. Subtract the product from the cube of P. That means P cube, and then minus P cube. Add y to the square of x. That means square of x first, and then add y, and then divide the sum. Sum means y plus x squared. Add together, divide by 4. This is the first step. So for example, multiply the sum of x and y. Sum of x and y. This is the first step. You add them together, and then multiply by 5. That means you have bracket. Divide of cube of P by 2, and then subtract n from the quotient. Quotient means this part. After P cube divide by 2, this is the quotient, and then minus n from this. From this is minus n. Where you should use word phrase. Add 4 to the product of the square of x and y. Add 4 to x square y. Add 4 is product of x, the square of x and y. Subtract the quotient of divide 9 by y from the product of 6 and x. Supplementary examples. Multiply the square of a by the sum of a and b. Subtract y from the x, and then divide the difference by the sum of x and y. Okay. You subtract the n from the product of 3 and m. You divide the a by the sum of b and b, 5 and b. Like this. I know this is quite challenging for English learners, but the most important thing you can go this. Family of 4 members lives apart, each has to pay $1, and total together 4 members, so that's 4y. With units, if there's pay with the notes, find the changes. That means the difference between them. So simplifications, okay? And you have to count the number of terms. Multiplication, you count as 1 terms. 4 times y plus 9, we can write as 4y plus 9. So there's 1 term and 2 terms. 4 times y is 1 term, 9 is another term. So for this expression, 2x, 3y, negative 4c, and negative 5, there are 4 terms. First term, second term, third term, and fourth term. The negative goes with the number to the right. Okay, that means 2x plus 3y minus 4z minus 5. So we have something here. Terms, constant terms with numbers only. For example, this 2x minus 1, this minus 1 is the constant term. And these two are like terms, they are x terms. These two are like terms, they are numbers term, constant terms. They are x terms with the same power. X and y are not like terms because they are different letters, and this x squared, this x, they are different powers, they are also unlike terms. So quick quiz, important. So how many of terms are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 terms. And write down the number of terms. 1, 2, 3. Multiply and division counts at one term, so it's only 3 terms. So circle all the like terms, so each number is a number, is a number, is a number. No letters. So these 3 are the like terms. They can add them up. These 2 are like terms. X term, X term. No, this x square term, this xy term. They are not like terms. M n square, that means it's m times n times n term. This mn term, this n times n times n. M n n, n n m, n n m, the same. This m m n, not the same. This one is also m n n. You don't need to count the coefficients, okay? So these 3 are like terms, these are not. So after you know it, then we can combine the like terms. You can combine numbers, combine the x terms, combine the numbers x and y, okay? For example here,